Let's go to Obama's reaction here about how they're going to merge the bills. Now, he's been catching a lot of heat for not showing leadership and for not getting involved and insisting on what he, campaigned on and what is quote-unquote real reform. And he's a natural politician. And so when he takes some heat, he responds to it. That's a very important lesson for us in how to influence Obama. But let's listen to his interview here with Jim Lehrer on, how he's going to roll up his sleeves now. Oh, he's on it. He's on it. Let's watch.
Are you going to be involved in the reconciliation?
Absolutely.
I mean, in a hands-on way? Are you going to actually participate?
We hope to have a whole bunch of folks over here in the West Wing, and I'll be rolling up my sleeves and spending some time before the full Congress even gets into session, because the American people need it now. I mean, something that's gotten lost, Jim, during the course of this debate, because this is how Washington works. It ends up being, well, did the president win on that one, or did he lose on that one? What's Joe Lieberman doing today, and what's Mitch McConnell doing tomorrow? Right now, there are families who don't have health insurance, and as a consequence of somebody getting sick in their family, have been bankrupt. Right now, there are small businesses who've been doing the right thing by their employees and just got a notice from their insurance companies that their premiums went up 25, 30, 40%. And that business owner's having to make a decision: do I start dropping coverage for my employees, or do I have to lay off one employee to keep coverage for everybody else? Those kinds of decisions are happening right now. And so, I intend to work as hard as I have to work, especially after coming this far over the course of the year, to make sure that we finally close the deal.
Are you going to be
All right. So, look, I get two things. First of all, he says, they're getting notices now that their premiums are going up 25 to 30%. Yeah, but President Obama, they're going to get the same notices next year. Nothing in this bill says they can't raise those premiums like that. So, okay. But again, I'm resisting the urge to go back and criticize the bill again, right? Because we've done a lot of that, plenty of that. But the most important lesson I got out of that is, look, I wrote about this on the website. You should check it out on theyoungturks.com. I wrote about it at length. The thing is, Obama, at his core, is an innate politician. And he's a cautious politician. He tries to find the center of everything. That's why when he was running in the Democratic primaries, he seemed like a real strong progressive, right? Because that was the center of the primary. Then when he was running in the general election, as a lot of politicians do, but he's a very smart and savvy one, he found the middle of the country again, which was a different center. And the center of the country, it was reform. Strong reformer, we really need change. So then the question is, when he got into office, why did he change again? Because the country is exactly where he left it when he won the election. Because he moved to Washington. And the center of Washington, D.C., the political center of it, is very different than the political center of the country. The political center of Washington is far more to the right, far more establishment, far more corporate America oriented. Both parties try to appeal to them. So as an innate politician, he moved to the center of Washington, which is far more right-wing than he was when he was running for the position. So what do we have to do? We have to move the island, okay, to use a Lost reference here. We have to move it out from underneath him, because he's not going to move from the center. That's his God-given instinct, okay? He's like, where's the center? Where's the amount of people that will like me the most, okay? And he rushes to it, and that's where he stays. And so what we got to do is move that Washington center over to the real center of the country. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by putting pressure on him. Because if you don't put pressure, he only looks to the right, and he only responds to the right and to the Fox News Channel and their absurd claims and what the establishment media is telling him, right? And the establishment media almost always assumes the Republicans are right and the liberals are fringe hippies and should be treated with disdain, and all they do is throw tantrums, etc. So you know what you got to do? Proverbially, you got to punch them in the back of the head. All of them. Okay, until you grab their attention and they go, oh, do I have to respond to the left? Oh, I see, there's people on the left and there's people on the right. Well, I better go to the center. You see, that's how Obama moves. You move the island and you move Obama, and hopefully you move the country. Now, the reason I'm connecting it to that clip that we just saw of him with Jim Lehrer is because, you see, they put pressure on him that he wasn't putting forward real leadership and wasn't putting pressure on the senators and the congressmen to get us real reform. And all of a sudden, whether he does it or not, He's at least noticed it, and as an innate politician, he's saying, oh, well, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. Oh, I'm going to go in there with a couple of lead pipes and a blowtorch. Oh, don't worry, I'm on this. Why? He's responding to criticism, finally realizes there's criticism from the left. Look, as much as it sucks, it's on us. We have to do the hard job of moving him to the real center of the country, to where he said he was going to be when he campaigned. That's real school, real world politics, okay? So as much as we wish he'd be there already, he's not there. So, and if it takes throwing a couple of roundhouses to get him there and to grab his attention, and what I mean by that, so you understand, is the political will to say no to his legislation. So the next time financial reform comes up, and he says, oh, I'm going to put in corporate loopholes so they can keep making these derivative trades that are destroying the economy, we say no. And we point out to the American people that his administration is being corporatist sellouts. And we do it, and we do it, and we hammer him until he goes, what? Oh, there's people on the left? Oh, I didn't realize that. All right, let me move to the center. You see my strategy? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But hey, look, it took us a long time. But we at least got rid of the Republicans of Bush, Cheney, etc., and they lost. We're making progress. Real slowly. But hey, we got to get, as Obama says, we got to roll up the sleeves and we got to go to work. That's what's next.